We're going to start off this video by walking these two girls over to the new farrowing yard. Coco, second time mom, and Peachy, she's a gilt getting ready to graduate into the sow ranks. You see Major getting a little bit inappropriate with him. That's why he drags the leash around at times like this, so I just step on the leash and redirect him. Coco checking out Major's golden egg. So it's so easy to move Kunekunes. They're so good. They'll follow you to the edge of the earth if you got a food bucket in your hand. Peachy trying to get off track a little bit, but just a little bit walk around her and she'll get right back where she belongs. Coco knows the drill. She's done this before. She's excited to get over here and get in this farrowing barn and prepare to have her delivery.
Major, get off her.
Come on. What a good girl. Oh, you almost turned on your own. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Coco. Here, Mama. We're just kind of stuck out the whole way. Come on. Come on. It's on the ground. Here. Come on, Mama. Peter.
You might have to get her 3 bowls so she can run around, because that's what she's used to.
Starting them on time tonight. I'm gonna leave their water bowls inside, so if we shut them up at night, they'll be warm.
Alright, we fast forward over a week from moving them into the farrowing barn. These girls went 4 days past their due date. Unfortunately, I had to go back to work the morning of, and here's Peachy. She had all of her delivery before I made it back home. 7 beautiful piglets, lots of white in there, lots of tricolors, and she did great. First time mom, and she did absolutely great. Just totally amazing. Doing a little bit of stall cleanup here, getting a bloody mess out of there, after birth, all sorts of stuff like that. It's really important to keep the area clean right after birth, because placenta and blood and things like that laying around in there draws flies and other parasites, and definitely got to get that out of there right away and get it cleaned up. At this point, these piglets are only a couple of hours old, and they're already so curious about what's going on, coming over to check out what we're doing in the stall. Lots of moving around. It doesn't take them long. Underneath the heat lamp there, getting a little nap. We use the heat lamps all throughout the year That's mainly to try to creep train them this time of year. The temperature's not that cool. It was about 80 degrees in the Farron barn. We got lots of fans running. It was a little too warm in there, we thought. But the heat lamp draws them to the heat and gets them away from mom and reduces the danger of them getting stepped on and things like that. So we try and get them creep trained where they'll feed off of mom and then head back in the creep. And you see piggy pile there, they just lay on top of each other. Look at that one on top there, all sprawled out. Well, we moved over to Coco, and she started a couple of hours after Peachy started. We actually thought Coco was going to be the first one to go. I was able to extract milk out of her the night before, and she was filling her milk bags the last couple of days. Peachy never showed any of those signs, and just happened to be the one to go first, so you just never know. Coco's having a little bit of a more strenuous time, I guess is how I'll word it, than Peachy did. She's up and down a lot right here. She did this for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, just kept getting up and laying down. You see her chomping at the bit there. She's got cotton mouth really bad. When she got done with this delivery, she went over and drank. I'll bet she drank a gallon of water. Kind of felt sorry for her, but I mean, it is what it is. You sit there by them in case you need to help any, but they're really good moms and they don't really need our help. So after an hour and a half or so of that, we decided to take the piglets out of the basket and let them come over to mom. Let them do some suckling on her teats, and that is to help with contractions. And it certainly did the trick. Just 15 minutes, 20 minutes later, she just started putting out piglets one right after the other. So you see, she's got five at this point, and she still had a couple more after this. Each of the girls had eight piglets, and the very last one on each litter was born, passed away already. It's unfortunate, but it happens. The piglet Coco had very last, man, it was huge. I'll bet you it was 4 pounds. We weighed these piglets on day two, in the evening of day two, and they were all in the 2.5 to 3 pound range. We had a couple low 3 pounders, and most of them were in the 2.5 range. So this is a couple hours after birth, and yeah, they're quick, man. They grow fast, running around before you know it. Just coincidentally, the day before delivery, we were reading up some information about how black is the dominant gene in pigs, and you can certainly see that here. Coco was paired with Simon, who threw a lot of cream collars in some previous litters, and we thought we would get some color variations here, but out of the 7 piglets, we had 4 browns and 3 blacks. So, again, second time around with Coco and a lot of dark colors. Here doing some stall cleanup. That's again pretty important. We want to make sure we keep the flies out of there. This spot right here, she had some blood that went through the hay and actually stained into the dirt. I ultimately got me a little shovel and dug that out of there. Here we let Major get his first look at the newborn piglets. He's been around piglets before, but never newborns. Last year when we got him, piglets we had were closer to their 8-week weaning mark. And probably should have mentioned early in the video, I've cut all the sound off on all these stall shots. All these fans we got running here, trying to keep it cooler in here, is just way too loud. So I turned the volume off on all of that and doing some voiceover. And Major going back and forth. He's curious. Yes, sir, Major Boy. These are your new charges. You're in charge of these little piglets. All right, we're going to leave you right here at this for the day. Newborn piglets. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Follow these piglets from birth all the way to 8-week weaning age. Make sure you're looking for Hematitehomestead on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.